And Clarissa, we're recording as well.
Yes, it's still trying to get into YouTube. Thank you.
Clarissa, are we recording?
It is recording, but it's still waiting to get into YouTube.
Okay. Now I show that it is live streaming now.
Wherever you want to be, I'm good. Okay, let me. Okay, Judge,
Okay.
we are ready.
Okay, welcome to the city of China Grove. This is the July 8th, 2020 1 o'clock docket. First of all, before we get started and start calling the docket, we are recording live. There is not to be any recording by anybody watching on live streaming. In addition to that, those individuals that are here on audio and video, there is no recording. Okay, so let's not do that. What I'd like to do is I'm going to go ahead and call the docket and make a notation as to who is here and who is not here. For those individuals that are on today's docket but have not appeared, there will be a pre-warrant arrest notice. For those individuals that are here, I'm not going to call your name because you are here. So the names that I'm calling are individuals that I do not show have appeared. Okay, first one is Julio Alfredo de Leon is a no-show. George Summers, the fourth, is a no-show. Gerald Allen Aguirre, the no-show. Elena Alejandra Aguilar is a no-show. Hector Guillermo Rios is a no-show. Then I've got Hollis Neely the third is a no-show. Then I've got Adriana Tapia Badillo is a no-show. She has 3 cases. Then we have Brianna Williams is a no-show, 2 cases. Then we have Eric Michael Calon is a no-show, has 2 cases.
Actually has 3, one more on the other
Oh,
page.
that's right, on the top of the next page. Okay, no-show. All right. And then we've got Alicia Mendoza Rodriguez. No, I'm
She's
sorry.
number 11.
She's number 11. Okay, got her. Okay, so we'll mark you here. Tracy Yvette Hall is a no-show. David Brian Solis is a no-show. Gregory Charles Lambert is a no-show. Gary Wayne Bischbach is a no-show, and he has 3 cases. I'm going to the top of page 3. Jimmy Anthony Charles, no-show. Francisco Arredondo, no-show. Ivan Fabiela, no-show. Daniel Cardenas, no-show. Anthony Joshua Ruiz has 2 cases, no-show. Angelina Bernal, no-show. Marcus Stephen Dupree, no-show. Paul Ricardo Perez, no-show. Brian David Dennis, no-show. He has 2 cases. Jameshua Emerald Softly has 3 cases, no-show. Stephen Renee McGitchie has 2 cases, no-show. Okay, that takes us to the top of page 4. Charles Edward Chase has 4 cases, no-show. Tiffany Renshaw is a no-show. Daryl Wayne Neal is a no-show. He has 2 cases. Larry Todd Mays, no-show. Balthazar Tovar has 3 cases, no-show. And then we're going to go to the top of page 4. Kaylin Daniels has 3 cases, no-show. Drake G. Oliver, 2 cases, no-show. Lawrence M. Terrazas has 2 cases, no-show.
I think I let you.
Juan Francisco de Luna has 2 cases, no-show. And then Brandon Hunter Boland has 2 cases, no show. Okay, for those individuals, we will issue a pre-warrant arrest notice.
Okay,
Okay.
Judge, on page 3, Judge,
Uh-huh,
we have Francisco Arredondo.
okay,
He paid in full
okay,
today.
okay.
And then we have on the same page, looks like Paul Pettis. He's on a payment plan starting today.
Paul Pettis,
Paul Ricardo Pettis.
okay. Paul Ricardo Pettis. And you said on page 3?
He's on page 3. He's his case number is 7251.
Got him, okay. So he's on what now?
He's on a payment plan starting today. And then on the bottom of page 3 as well, McKitchy. Stephen McKitchy is on deferred today as of about an hour ago. And his mother, Irene, is doing driving safety course seatbelt course. I'm sorry, driving safety seatbelt course starting today.
Okay, very good. Okay, so go ahead and remove the no-show notation on it. Okay, very good. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Just a few instructions before we actually start calling the cases. First of all, when we call your case up, I'm going to read the charges that are filed against you. Now, before I can do anything, I need to take a plea from you. The pleas that you need to be concerned with is 1, your plea of guilty, where you admit the charges filed against you, your plea of not guilty, where you deny the charges filed against you, and then your plea of no contest, where you neither admit it nor deny it, but you just want to take care of the business before the court. For our purposes here, there is no difference between the guilty plea and the no contest plea. For information purposes, the only time that you'll see it come into play is, let's say, for example, that you were cited for running a red light and you had an accident. Well, if you come to court on the red light ticket and you pay the fine and you plead guilty, well, then that can be used against you in a civil case. Whereas if you plead no contest, they would not be able to use that against you. They would actually have to prove that you ran the red light. But for our purposes here, like I said, there really is no difference. So please feel free to enter a plea of no contest or guilty. Like I said, we kind of use them interchangeably if there is no accident. Okay, now, the cases that we hear at this level are Class C misdemeanors, which means that they are criminal in nature. However, that triggers your constitutional right to have a trial by jury if you so desire. So if you enter a plea of not guilty, I'm going to ask you if you want a trial in front of a judge or a jury, and that's a choice that you can make, but that is a right that you have. Now, for individuals that are entering a plea of guilty or no contest, as a result of that plea, you are waiving or you are giving up certain rights. And what I want to do is I want to go over that so you'll be aware of what you're giving up or what you're waiving. First of all, like I said, you are waiving your right to have a trial by a judge or a jury. Number 2, you are giving up your right to remain silent. Under the law, you do not have to say anything. The state of Texas has to prove the case against you. But by entering a plea of guilty or no contest, you're giving up that right. You also have the right to bring in witnesses to testify on your behalf with regard to the citation. And you also have the right to cross-examine the state's witnesses. So those are rights that are very important to you that are afforded by the Constitution. So just be aware of that. Now, if you enter a plea of not guilty and you want a trial, I'm going to ask you if you want a jury trial or a non-jury trial. If you want a non-jury trial, what that means is that you want the judge to make the decision. That case will be placed on a non-jury docket at a future date. Now, if you want a jury trial, you will be required to make 2 appearances. The first appearance is a pretrial conference, and that's for the purpose of addressing any legal issues that need to be addressed. It's important that you show up for that, because if you do not, there will be a warrant issued for your arrest. The second setting is the actual trial, and that's where we bring in citizens from the city of Leon Valley that would sit in judgment. It's extremely important that you show up for that, because if you do not, whatever it costs the city to set that up may be passed on to you as a cost. So let's say, for example, you miss your jury trial, we have to do it all over again. We have a trial, jury finds you not guilty, but then you're facing a big bill because you didn't show up the first time. And the point that I'm trying to make is that just make sure that you put it on a calendar or somewhere that you're not going to forget, because if you do, it could wind up being pretty costly, okay? So just be aware of that. Now, we do have some individuals, let me make sure that they're here today, that have a commercial driver's license.
I don't believe we have any
That's
today,
right. We had one, it's a no-show. Okay,
Yes.
very good.
but
Now-
we do have under 25.
Yes, we do have under 25. Okay, for those individuals that are under the age of 25 and have a moving violation, if you want your case dismissed, you will be required to take a defensive driving class, and that is mandated by the law. Now, for everyone else, there's two ways to get a ticket dismissed, so that way it doesn't get reported to the Department of Public Safety and therefore does not show up on your record. The least expensive way is to take the defensive driving class. In that situation, if you qualify, you will be required to pay just the court cost to the court. Whatever school you select, you got to pay their fee. That normally runs around $50. And then you have to get a copy of your driving record. That's going to run you either $10 if you do it by mail, $12 if you do it online. And as long as you turn in all your certificate of completion and a copy of your driving record, then that case will be dismissed and will not be reported to the Department of Public Safety. If you're not interested or you don't qualify for the defensive driving, you can ask the court for what is known as deferred disposition. That's just another word for probation. What that is a deferred, first of all, is discretionary with the court. I can grant it, or I don't have to grant it if I don't want to. However, if I do grant it, you will be required to pay a special expense fee, and you will be put on probation anywhere from 1 day to 180 days. And as long as you don't receive a similar violation, then that case gets dismissed. Once again, does not show up on your driving record. Now, if you want to just pay the fine, but you don't have the money, let me know. And what we'll do is it will do a time pay. Now, what that basically entails is, one, we will give you 30 days to pay the fine or fines. And if you do that, well, you've satisfied your obligation. If you don't pay it within the 30 days, then you're going to be put on a time payment plan. However, the state of Texas mandates a time payment fee. If it's any violation that occurred after September 1st, 2019, it's a time payment fee of $15. If it occurred before September the 1st of 2019, then it's $25. Now that is automatically added on, so I do not have the authority to waive it, reduce it, ignore it, or do anything. That's automatically assessed, okay? All right, let's see here. Okay, now also, we have some individuals that have multiple tickets, have 3 or more tickets. We have present Mr. John Mead, who is the prosecutor in this court, and he represents the state of Texas. If you have 3 or more tickets, I'm going to ask you to visit with him for the purpose of trying to reach a plea bargain agreement. Now, the plea bargain agreement is for the benefit of having a win-win situation to where you may benefit from some type of an agreement. Now, you're welcome to come talk to me without going to the prosecutor, but if you do that, and if I find you guilty on all 3, then I may assess a fine on all 3. So it would really be to your benefit to talk to Mr. Mead. Like I said, you're welcome to come back to me if you can't reach an agreement on it, but it'd be a good opportunity for you to try to work it out. Okay, with that in mind, what I'm going to do is I've got several people that I have on video, and I have some people on their phones, okay? What I'm going to do is those individuals that can see me and those individuals that are on the phone, I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand. I'm going to go ahead and administer an oath to you. Okay, Mr. Duran, can you raise your right hand, sir?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lopez, Edwin Lopez, can you raise your right hand, sir? Mr. Lopez, there you go. Thank you, sir. Okay, we've got, all right, very good. Okay, Mr. Hudley, there you go. All right, for everybody else that are on the phone, or you all have your hands raised, your right hand? Okay, great.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
Good.
Yes,
Very
sir.
good. Great.
Yes.
Spanish.
Great. Okay, good. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give in this call to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay. For those individuals that I have on video, you can go ahead and lower your right hand. Mr. Wilfredo Rodriguez, sir, do you acknowledge taking the oath?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. And you can pronounce your first name for me, Cudalte Hernandez. You acknowledge taking the oath, sir? Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Mr. Juan Gonzalez, do you acknowledge taking the oath?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Luis Gali, do you acknowledge taking the oath, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Rogelio Lopez Rincon, do you acknowledge taking the oath?
Yes, Your Honor.
Great, thank you. And Ana Nunez, do you acknowledge taking the oath?
I'm here.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor, I do.
great. Okay, y'all can go ahead and lower your right hand. Okay, so Clarissa, do we have anybody so far that needs to visit with Mr. Mead?
We do. We have Lakeisha Williams. Before we do that, can everybody please get a pen and paper and write down phone numbers that we're going to need y'all to call after you talk to the judge in order to make payment arrangements for whatever reason? I'm going to give y'all 2 phone numbers that y'all are going to need to call one of those numbers to make payment after speak with the judge or to make whatever arrangements you have to talk to the court about, okay? Okay, y'all ready for the
Okay.
number?
Yes.
Okay, the first number I'm gonna give you is the city's cell phone. It's 210-837-3704. Everybody get that okay?
Yes.
You got to say
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm gonna repeat it one time. 210-837-3704. The next one I'm gonna give you is a direct line to City Hall, to the court. It's 210-648-4923. So that's 210-648-4923.
Okay, they got it, Clarissa?
I think so. So I'm going to create a breakout room for Lakeisha Williams and John Mead.
Okay, for the rest of y'all, if we do put you in a breakout room with Mr. Mead, you will be in a private room so you can discuss your case, back into the courtroom, see if y'all have enough. Okay, we ready to go, Clarissa?
I'm making sure, yeah, there we go. Okay, so we're ready to go. We have Edwin Orlando Lopez Valero. He speaks Spanish, and we have Officer Rosales to translate for him.
Okay. Mr. Lopez Valero, can you hear me?
Sí.
Mr. Lopez, you are here on a show cause hearing. And Officer, go ahead and interpret for me.
I'm going to mute everybody, Judge.
Yeah, mute
So
everybody.
much. We have way too much background noise here.
Yes, let me know when you've done that.
Okay, having to do them one by one just because I don't want to mute Leroy. I think I've got
Got it?
just about everybody there.
Very good. Okay,
Make sure.
Officer Rosales, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Lopez, you are here on a show cause hearing. Go ahead and tell him that.
Señor López está aquí para un show cause hearing.
Okay, do you understand that?
He might be muted. Let me make sure he's not muted. Okay, wait a second, just a second. Well, it's not letting me unmute him. There we go. Okay, say it again, Leroy.
Señor López, Está aquí para una corte con el juez sobre su caso.
Sí.
Now, do
Sí.
we? Okay, okay, all right. Mr. Juez, you were placed on probation. Go ahead.
Señor López, usted estaba puesto en un tiempo de prueba.
Okay. And one of the conditions was that you were supposed to present proof of insurance for 6 months.
Y una de las condiciones que tenía que presentar comprobante de seguranza por 6 meses.
Did you maintain insurance for that 6-month period?
Señor López, ¿usted mantenió seguranza por 6 meses?
Positivo, correcto.
Okay.
Judge,
Yes.
he turned that into us about 30 minutes ago. We called and verified. He did maintain it with 0 lapses in coverage.
Okay, very good. Okay. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just spin it him directly. Señor López, ¿me puede escuchar? Es el juez Morales.
Sí.
Bueno,
Sí, lo
sí,
escucho.
sí, señor juez. Mire, hace como 30 minutos que recibimos su prueba de seguranza y parece que cumplió con las condiciones de su tiempo de prueba. So, lo que vamos a hacer es les vamos a despedir el ticket y no va a aparecer en su licencia. ¿Está bien?
Gracias.
Ok, bueno, miren, lo que voy a hacer ahorita es lo voy a despedir. Ya se puede dejar la junta y tenga buen día.
Gracias.
Ándele. Ok, ok, adiós.
Pase buenas tardes.
Ándele, gracias.
Que ya no tengo que hacer nada.
Digo, bueno, me preguntará a mí, te está hablando, yo no
Sí,
digo.
no,
Leroy,
que puedo
tell him to
dejar la
hang
junta
up,
aquí.
Leroy.
Señor Edwin López,
Ajá.
Sí.
sí, ya terminaron la llamada, ya nomás se pueden salir de la aplicación.
Pregúntale a él.
Oh, sí, ¿puedo hablar con usted afuera, oficial?
Sí, sí, espérame aquí afuera.
Ok, gracias. Muy
Ok.
buenas tardes.
Thank you, Officer Rosales.
Is he at the courthouse?
Yeah, he's in the parking lot.
Oh, okay. All right, very good. Okay, so he's already left. Okay.
Okay, so
then we'll
next
go-
one we have is Mr. Hudler, Judge.
Mr. Hudler, okay. Mr. Hudler, can you hear me, sir? Dalton Hudler?
Oh, maybe he's muted. I'm sorry, Judge. Okay, whoops. Okay,
Okay, there you go. Mr. Hudler, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, Mr. Hudler, you have a charge of failed to maintain insurance. And to that charge, sir, how do you plead?
No contest.
No contest, okay.
Judge, he was here June 24th. He was reset to give him time to pay the deferred charges that he was asking. He requested deferred, you granted it, and gave him time to pay the 300.
Okay, and has he paid the deferred fee?
No, sir, not yet.
Okay, Mr. Hudler, are you still interested in being on deferred?
Yes, sir, I am. I just get paid next week.
Okay, let me ask you this. Clarissa, what is the court cost?
$81.
$81. Can you pay the $81 today?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, why don't we go ahead and do this, Mr. Hudler? I'm gonna go ahead and place you on deferred. I'm gonna ask you to pay the $81 today. Okay, that'll get your probation going. And how much more time do you think you need to pay the balance?
Just till next week. I could pay it next Wednesday or next Thursday.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Pay the $81 today. I'm gonna start your deferred, and then I'll give you 2 weeks to go ahead and pay the balance on it. And then, of course, maintain your insurance as well for the 6 months.
Yes, sir.
All righty? Okay, do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir, I do not.
Okay, well, what I'm gonna go do is I'm gonna go ahead and release you, but I want you to go ahead and call one of those 2 numbers so you can make your court cost payment. And then they'll give you the additional terms of your probation. All right?
All right. Thank you, sir.
Judge, when is his balance due, Judge?
Well, It's going to be in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay,
Yes. Okay.
all right.
All right,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Hunter, any other questions, sir?
No, sir.
Very good. I'm going to go ahead and excuse you, but just call one of those 2 numbers.
Alrighty.
All right. Thank you for appearing, sir.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye. Okay. Mr.
Okay, so the next one we have is Michael Garcia.
Well, let's
Number
ask
3.
Mr. Mead is
Oh, is
back.
he back? Okay, I'm sorry.
Mr. Mead, you were talking to who?
Ms. Williams.
Okay. Were y'all able to reach any type of an agreement?
Well, she's not in the courtroom right now, Judge. She's probably waiting to come back.
Okay. Get her back
She should
in.
be back.
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, there she is. Okay, now Ms. Williams and I have gone over what the possibilities are for resolving these tickets. And she is not in a position to do anything now because of driver's license and insurance issue. So we need to get her reset so she can solve these issues and come back and we can take care of her problems in a way that won't cause her much.
Okay. Do you have a reset date?
Dollars today. That one's due in 2 weeks. That one's due in 2 weeks.
I think it's August 26th is the reset.
August
I'm
26th?
sorry, yes.
Okay. Okay. Ms. Williams,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and reset your case to August the 26th, 2020. And hopefully at that time, you'll be in a better position to work something out.
Okay, yes, sir.
I can-
Ms. Williams, if you have an address other than the one that's on your driver's license, can you call one of those numbers and let us know what that is so that we can mail you your reset form?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. Now, is your address on your license? Is that a current one?
No.
Okay. All right. So I need for you to go ahead and call one of those 2 numbers so you can update your address.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, sir.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and excuse you so you can go ahead and get off the meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. Clarissa, why don't we put Mr. Mead in the breakout room with, let's see, who's next?
It would be the Nunez family.
Well, no, let's say Nunez family.
They have 3 between them and they're signed in together. I think they're on the same phone.
And I don't think we can go to the breakout together, Judge.
Well, we have to do that separately.
I don't know how we're going to do that. They're on the same phone, I think.
Well, I'll just talk to them individually.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So then that takes us to who for Mr. Mead?
Well, Mr. Mead, then we'll do, the next one we'll have then is Rogelio Rincon, number
8.
8.
Okay. So.
Okay.
Mr. Rincon?
Mr. Rincon, yes.
Okay. Can
Let
we unmute
Yeah.
him?
Let me assign him real quick.
Do I see him there anywhere? Is he?
He
Yeah.
should be on here. Let me see.
He's
He
on
was
page
on here. There he is. Rogelio Lopez Rincon is on page 2.
2.
Yeah, I know where he's on here, but I just wonder where he is on the screen. Oh, well, there he is right there. I see him.
Okay. Off y'all
Okay,
go.
Mr. Rincon, they're going to put you in a breakout room, so just sit tight, sir.
There we go.
Okay. So
We have, the next one for you would be Michael Garcia, number 3.
on page 5. Okay, can we unmute him? Okay, Mr. Garcia, Michael Jamie Garcia.
There he is.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I can hear you. All right, can you hear me? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, Mr. Garcia, you have a ticket for driving while licensed invalid or suspended. To that charge, how do you plead?
No contest.
No contest, sir. What's the problem with your license, sir?
I needed to get an SR 22. I paid all my fees. I paid to the DPS. And I thought that my insurance was going to send the SR 22. They did not. It was up to me. I didn't send it and they suspended my license. Everything was paid in full. I've had my SR 22 since September. Where are you? I've had it since, where are you? Where's the date? September 26th of 2019.
You've had your license since then?
No, my SR 22.
SR 22, okay.
Yes.
All right, what I'm gonna do, sir, is I'm gonna reset you till August 26. Okay, and then once you get your, well, let me backtrack. We can do one of two things. We can reset you to August of 26, once you get your license validated or cleared, then that could open some position opportunity for you to look at some type of a.
Oh.
Now, the other choice is to just go ahead and sign, but if you do that, that's gonna be reported. So what would you prefer to do? Okay, can we, okay, Mr.
Okay.
Garcia?
I
think it
had
was his.
I had sent the SR 22 after the ticket, and they've cleared my license since then. I have a valid driver's license now.
Is that something you would like the officer to verify, Judge, or?
Well, let me ask you this. On the day of the violation, was your license valid or invalid?
It was invalid.
Invalid, okay. All right, and I mean, I have no doubt that you sent in that SR 22. But then the question becomes, do you just want to pay this fine? Or do you want to get a reset so you can get your license validated? And that would open some additional opportunities for you with some type of a plea bargain agreement.
Second choice, please.
Second choice, okay. So we're gonna go ahead and reset your case to August the 26th, 2020. And hopefully by that time, you know, your license will show that it's been cleared.
Okay.
Okay?
Mr. Garcia, do you have an address other than what's on your driver's license that we have on file?
It is a 2012 County Road.
Okay,
hold
we
on.
got it. That's good.
You have it?
Thank you.
Okay, all right. Okay, Mr. Garcia, so I'm gonna go ahead and release you, sir. Okay, and Clarissa, he needs to call the court?
No, if we have his correct address, we'll mail you your reset, okay?
Okay, all right. Okay, Mr. Garcia, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Sure. Okay, then goes to number 5.
And John's still tied up. So we would have the Nunez, looks like. Oh, maybe
Well, wait
not.
a minute. Number 5 was Mr. Hernandez.
So we're gonna do number, oh. Mr. Hernandez.
Yeah, up on the top of page 3, Kokalaki Hernandez. I have him as number 5.
Oh, yes,
Okay, he's the next one, right?
yes.
Okay, can we go ahead and unmute him?
There we go.
Mr., and you're gonna have to pronounce your first name for me, Mr. Hernandez?
Okay, it is pronounced Cuitlawak.
Huistenlawa, okay, very good.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Hernandez, you have a ticket here for speeding. It's alleged you were doing 65 and a 50, and I show that you're under the age of 25. To
Yes, sir.
that charge, how do you plead?
No contest.
No contest. Okay, sir. And what did you want to do with your citation?
Judge, last time
Um,
he was here on June 24th, he requested deferred and was granted deferred for 60 days, $250, and plus he'd have to take the driving safety course. He didn't have the funds at the time, so you reset him for today.
Okay. All right, Mr. Hernandez, are you still interested in doing that deferred, sir?
No, I have no idea. Yes.
Well, what it comes down to is that these are your two choices. Number 1, pay the fine, but if you do that, it's a conviction and it goes on your driving record. All right, that's option
Okay.
number 1. Option number 2 is to do the straight defensive driving class. Now, for some reason, from the last time, I had recommended or authorized deferred disposition, which is probation, and it would have been a 60-day deferred, $250 deferred fee, and take the defensive driving because you're under the age of 25.
Yeah.
Okay? So those are your 3 options.
I could do the defensive driving course. Sir.
You want to do the defensive driving course. Okay, let me ask you 4 questions. Okay, first of all, do you have a valid driver's license?
Sorry?
You have a valid driver's license?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you, are you covered by insurance?
Yes, sir.
Okay, have you taken the class in the last 12 months to get a ticket dismissed?
No, sir. This is my first offense.
Okay, all right. And then finally, can you pay the court cost of $144 today?
Yes.
You can, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and grant the defensive driving class. You're gonna, once I release you, you're gonna call one of the clerks. You're gonna go ahead and pay your court cost, and then they'll give you further instructions. Now, you're gonna have 90 days to do the class and to get your paperwork in and get your driving record. Make sure you do the class within the 90 days because I you know, unless there's a very good reason, I do not give extension.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do it either today or tomorrow. Honest with you.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions, Mr. Hernandez?
No, sir. I do not.
All right. Well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and release you and just make sure you call one of those two numbers that were given to you earlier.
And you need to call it today, okay?
Okay, I'll call it right now.
Okay,
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right, y'all have a great day, all right?
You too.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for coming.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Mead,
Yes, John.
who were you talking to?
Mr. Rincon.
And let me find him.
he's on page 2.
Page 2, Your Honor, towards the top.
He's number 8. Is that correct?
Yes, he's here.
Okay. Are y'all going to be, were you able to reach any type of an agreement?
We discussed the possibility of how we can work it out. Again, Mr. Rincon has got some problems he needs to solve. He needs a reset.
All right. Okay. All right, Mr. Rincon, I'm going to go ahead and give you a reset to August the 26th, 2020.
August 26th. Okay.
Cool. Now, what I'm going to do is, unless you have any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and release you, but you need to call one of those two numbers so they can give you the reset and then send you.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. Okay. All right, sir. I'm going to go ahead and release you. You're free to go. Thank you for appearing.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Hey, Judge, our next breakout room would be Alicia Rodriguez, it looks like.
Where is she at?
She's on page 2. She's number 11.
Got it.
Go
Okay.
ahead and that assigned.
Ms. Rodriguez, we're going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Mead.
She might be muted right now. Let me see. Okay. So where does that leave us? We should be on number 6, I believe, Judge.
Number what?
Number 6, Ian Nunez on page 4.
Okay, very good.
He has the 2
Yes.
violations.
Yes, and he's 17 years old. Okay, this is the one where he's there in the room with his mother, isn't it?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, all right. Ian Nunez, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what I'm going to do, Mr. Nunez, since
Honor.
your mother is with you in your room, we're going to handle these separately. So, I mean, she can be in there, but I'm just going to be talking to you directly on your 2 violations, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Ian Nunez, you have 2 violations. One is a speeding. It's alleged that you're doing 80 and a 60. To that charge, sir, how do you plead?
Well, Your Honor, well, I honestly don't know what speed I was going because when the officer came up to me and told me the speed, he told me I was going 70 and a 60 at first. And then after that, he switched his story and then he told me I was going 80 and a 70. Then I asked him what I was going and then he pulled me out the car very aggressively and
Okay.
proceeded to slam me on his car. And
Okay, let's do this, Mr. Nunez. I do not have
Yes,
the
sir.
authority to dismiss it, but the prosecutor is the one that's representing the state. So I'm going to go ahead and let you talk to the prosecutor. and see if y'all can reach some type of an agreement, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. And I already paid my speeding ticket. I think it was $270, and I paid like $283. And then I just need to pay the other ticket. I think it's like $170.
Clarissa, what do we show?
I'll have to verify that one. I'll be right back.
Okay, hold on.
Yes,
Mr.
Your Honor.
Okay, while they're verifying that, I'm gonna talk to your mom, and that's Dolores Nunez.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Nunez, you have a charge here of permitting an unlicensed minor to drive. To that charge, how do you?
Well, I'm not going to sit here and say like my son stole my car, but I was at work. And honestly, I would like to speak with the prosecutor as well, because he gave me the ticket because he got upset with me because when I asked my son's girlfriend to give the officer the phone so I could speak with him, I said, officer, where are you going to leave them? Because she said they were going to tow the car, which I don't understand why they were going to tow the car when the car's insured.
Okay.
And he still towed the car. So then he said he was going to leave them at the store, but when I got there, he gave me a ticket.
Okay.
So who are you going to give that ticket to if I wouldn't have showed up to pick them up?
Ms. Nunez, here again, like I said, I do not have the authority to dismiss it. It has to be done by the prosecutor. So why don't you sit tight and the prosecutor will visit with y'all. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, so just
Yes, Your Honor.
just hold on. Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And let's see, so that takes us to okay, that takes us to Carlos Cepeda Ramirez. Okay, there you are. Mr. Ramirez, can you, okay, there you are.
I hear you now.
We have a ticket for a window restriction obstruction through the windshield charge. How do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
Guilty, okay. And what's the status of your windshield right now?
I removed the tent off the car. I just took it all off. And then I took it today. I believe I talked to this lady, Judy, I believe that was her name. And she took a picture of the car. And then as well, I took a picture as well. But I did remove the tent off the car.
Did you do it yourself or you had someone do it?
No, I had somebody do it.
Okay, was it a company or?
Yes.
Did you have a receipt?
Actually, the people that tented the car, but right now, since all this is going on, they're not even taking cars right now. So I just had him remove everything.
We do have pictures of the vehicle and it's clearly removed. You can see through the windows very well. Yeah, it looks like there's 0 tint on it now.
Okay, Mr. Ramirez, how soon after the ticket did you have it removed?
Right after, I say probably like a week later because the work and stuff.
Okay. Okay, well, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, Mr. Ramirez, since it's been taken care of, I'm gonna show that you're in compliance. I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss the charge, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and excuse you. You're free to go.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now Clarissa, you went to go check on Ian.
Yes, Nunez?
Yeah.
It is not paid in our court system. Mr. Nunez, how did you pay it? Not there?
Yeah, you should be. Mr. Nunez?
Make sure he's.
Hello?
There he is. But he's muted though.
Is he? I don't even see. Oh.
Go ahead, Clarissa.
I think he's not muted. Mr. Nunez?
Yes, he's here. One moment. He's getting the confirmation number because he paid it online yesterday.
When did he? Oh, yesterday. Okay. Yeah, it's not gone through yet then. Very good. That explains it. Let me go and pull that out.
Hello?
Yeah, just stand by, Miss Newt. Okay. Okay. Whoever's on the phone with number ending at
That wasn't
3,
me.
you just stand by.
I apologize.
That's okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Hey, Judge, yes, he did pay yesterday, the speed violation of 270.
Okay, so that is paid. And what about the no driver's violation?
No, that one's still outstanding.
It's still paying. Okay. All right, very good. Okay, now, Mr. Nunez, what did you want to do with the ticket for the no driver's license? How do you plead there?
I just wanted to have an extension, Your Honor, to pay that one.
Okay, but how do you plead?
No content.
Okay, very good. And how much time do you need?
About a month, sir. August, Your Honor, about August 8th.
Okay, well, this is what we're gonna do. Let me see what we're gonna do. Okay, what I'm gonna do, Mr. Nunez, I'm gonna go ahead and reduce that fine to 135. And I'm gonna give you 30 days to pay. And if you pay it
Yes,
within
Your Honor.
30 days, you're done. However, if it goes beyond, then you'll be put on a time payment plan, but then they'll add $15 to it, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Okay, so so that takes care of Ian Nunez. Miss Nunez, just stand by, but let me talk to the prosecutor about another case, and then you can visit with him,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay, let me bring
Your Honor.
Alicia Rodriguez back in.
Okay, that's who?
Alicia Rodriguez.
Where is she at?
She's number 11, I believe, and she is on, well, I'm guessing. Hang
On
on.
page 2.
That's
She's on page 2.
Okay, all right, Mr. Mead, were y'all able to reach any type of an agreement?
No, Your Honor, the Ms. Rodriguez is not anticipating getting either a driver's license or insurance. She had an accident, she can't drive, so she's not going to be driving. And so she just wants to pay the fines and have time to pay. That's the only thing she's looking for. Now, there is one thing I'd point out to the court, that she's one of those folks who got a ticket for both failure to maintain insurance and failure to provide evidence of insurance, as we've discussed on many occasions. You got to pick one or the other of those, because I don't think we can get a conviction on both, because one sort of excludes the other. But she did not have insurance, so she couldn't fail to provide evidence of insurance. She couldn't provide evidence of insurance. So I'm going to recommend no price on that, Your Honor. And then she's just going to want time payment on the driver's license and the insurance case.
Okay, all right. Ms. Rodriguez, is that your understanding of your discussion with Mr. Mead?
She's not here, I don't think, Judge.
Did we,
Should be. She was brought back. Oh, no, maybe she wasn't. Sorry. I clicked on it. It just didn't, I didn't click it right.
okay, so
There she comes right now.
where is she at?
She hadn't come yet.
Is that the 399 number?
No, that's one of the
Oh,
Nunez.
there she is. Okay, Alicia. Okay, Ms. Rodriguez, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Rodriguez, I just was speaking to Mr. Mead, and he was telling me that you wanted to just pay the fine, but you needed time to pay. Is that correct?
Yeah, yes, payment arrangements, because I'm here at home with the flu, so I can't go out nowhere.
Oh, yeah, no, you don't want to do that. Okay, well, this is what we're going to do, Ms. Rodriguez, and we'll give you time to pay.
Okay.
First of all, the state is non-prosecuting one of the charges, which is the charge of failed to provide financial responsibility. That's going to be dismissed, okay?
Not, Your Honor, I'm no price in the failure to provide evidence of financial responsibility.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did I say?
Failure to provide financial responsibility. But yeah, that's
You're non-prosecuting that one.
that one. Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, okay. So Mr. Mead is going to non-prosecute the failed to provide evidence of financial responsibility. Okay, so it's going to be dismissed, okay?
Okay,
Now,
Okay,
with
sir.
regard to the failed to maintain insurance, and the driving while license invalid, it's my understanding you just want to pay those fines and just get time to pay. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what I'm going to do on the driving while license invalid, I'm going to go ahead
Yes, sir.
and reduce that fine to $190, and we'll put you on a time pay. Okay?
Okay,
And
Yes,
then
sir.
on the failed to maintain insurance, I'm going to reduce it down to $200 and give you time to pay.
okay, sir.
Okay? All right. So
Yes, sir.
what I need, do you have any other questions, ma'am?
No, sir, no.
Okay. Once I release you, I need for you to call one of those two numbers that were given to you earlier, so y'all can do the paperwork. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Very good. And on
Okay, sir.
the driving while license invalid, are you entering a plea of no contest or guilty?
I'm guilty, sir.
Guilty. And what about the failed to maintain insurance?
I'm sure that's guilty. That's
Okay,
guilty.
very good. Okay, so unless you have any questions, ma'am, I'm going to go ahead and release you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, and you have a nice day.
You too, ma'am, and I hope you get better. Thank you. Okay, Clarissa, now.
Are we going to send Miss Nunez to the breakout room?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Mr. Mead, Mrs. Nunez,
Thank you, sir.
which is yeah, Ms. Rodriguez, you can go ahead and hang up now, ma'am. Ms. Alicia Rodriguez.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
ma'am. Hope you feel better.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay, Mr. Mead, Ana Dolores Nunez wants to speak with you on the citation she received. She is on page 4.
I see her, Your Honor.
She was number 7. So we're going to put y'all in the breakout room.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So then that takes us to,
We have,
that would take us to 10, Alan Michael Franco Castro. Is that correct, Larissa?
I'm sorry. Yes, Alan Franco Castro, because Martin Duran is before him, I believe, but he has 3 violations.
Right. So he's going to visit with, yes.
John. Okay.
Okay, very good. Okay,
so-
Mr. Alan Michael Franco Castro, can you hear me, sir?
Oh, I'm sorry, my science, I don't speak in English.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So,
Okay, let's see if we have Officer Rosales.
Yes.
okay, Officer Gonzalez, we're going to need translation.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Okay, Mr. Alan Michael Franco Castro, can you hear me, sir? ¿Me puede escuchar?
Sí, escucho.
Bueno, señor Castro, aquí tenemos el oficial Rosales que va a servir de intérprete en este caso, ¿está bien?
Sí, gracias.
Okay. Mr. Castro, you have a ticket for no driver's license. Go ahead, Officer Gonzalez.
Señor Castro, tiene un ticket por no licencia.
Sí.
And to that charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Y por ese cargo, ¿cómo se da? ¿Culpable, no culpable o no lo contende?
No lo contendo.
Okay.
Sin oposición.
Okay. And do you have a license from anywhere?
¿Usted tiene alguna licencia de otro país o de otro estado?
Tengo mi licencia de Texas.
Okay. When did you receive it? When did you get it?
¿Cuándo recibió la licencia esa de Texas?
Fue en marzo.
Marzo.
Sí.
In March.
Of what year?
¿De qué año?
2020, perdón.
Ok, de este año. Ok.
Okay. Okay, Clarissa, I show the offense on 5/13/2020.
Yes, sir.
And he's saying that he had it since March 2020.
You know what? Oh, no. Yeah, driver's license required, no DL is what he was written for on May 13th, 2020.
Mhm.
Okay, all right, Mr. Castro, so you've had a valid license since March of 2020?
Señor Castro, usted tenía una licencia válida desde marzo, ¿verdad? De 2020.
Sí.
Okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have him mail that in. Okay, Mr. Castro, I'm gonna ask you to either mail it or drop it off at the court so we can verify it.
A copy of the, you
And
need
I'm
a
gonna-
copy of the driver license, right?
Yes, I need a copy of the driver's license.
Está pidiendo el juez que si puede enviar una copia de su licencia para verificar que si estaba válida el día de que lo pararon.
Sí, sí puedo.
Okay, tell him. that-
Judge, would you like him to text it to us real quick? Would that work?
Ask him, Rosales, if he can text it.
Ok. ¿Puede tomarle una foto y enviarla por texto?
Sí, sí, claro que sí.
Ok. Tómale una foto y mándala a este número que te voy a dar.
Ok. ¿Me lo das, por favor?
Sí, es el 210.
210.
837.
7.
3704.
Network is crashing on us. I can't hear what they're saying.
He's on mute.
No, waiting to come in.
Clarissa, can we unmute Mr. Castro?
It looks like it's how did that happen? I know that it says the network is not stable.
His network?
Maybe
let
he's
me-
trying to send a text message.
Maybe so, because it's not letting me unmute him either.
Okay, well then let's stand by and see what, if he gets anything.
Is there somebody in the court right now that is calling from a 399 number? The last three digits are 399?
That person is muted, Clarissa.
Yes, it is.
Tracy
Somebody-
Hall.
Who is it?
Tracy Hall.
Tracy
Ya lo envié,
Holmes?
oficial.
Holmes? Ms. Holmes, is it Holmes?
L.
I'm sorry, say it again.
HALL.
Oh, HALL. Okay. Judge, she is going to be the last one. So I think we left off, it'll be number 18. And she is on page 2, about halfway down. Tracy Hall.
Tracy Hall. Okay, she's number 18.
Yes,
Got it. Okay, Ms. Hall, just stand by, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, now let me see if we can get, oh, it does, there he is, Mr. Castro. Okay, he should be back. Mr. Castro, are you gonna go ahead and text that over to the phone?
Señor Castro,
Sí,
¿ya envió la foto o no?
sí, sí, ya la envié.
Okay.
He sent it,
Yeah, he said he did to the
Which
3704.
3704? Okay.
Yeah. Van a verificar, ok.
Sí, gracias.
So, el día que te pararon, ¿no tenías la licencia contigo? ¿O
Sí,
no la presentaste o cómo estuvo?
ese día que me paró el señor oficial, no me di cuenta, salí de casa y no traía mi cartera.
Okay.
Me paró el oficial, le di mi nombre, mi número de seguro social, mi dirección, pero pues no pude comprobar que tenía licencia.
Ah, ok.
Eso fue eso nada más.
Ajá. Bueno. Pero sí le informó que tenía licencia.
Sí.
Okay, Judge, we received it and Officer Batiste is running it real quick to make sure it's valid.
Okay.
Ok, ya recibimos el mensaje de la foto de la licencia.
I'm gonna make sure it was valid on that day.
Ahorita la vamos a verificar si está válida y a ver si está válida el día que lo pararon.
Ok, gracias.
Ok. So, Judge, he didn't display his driver license during the stop.
Right, yeah, but that's not the charge.
Yeah, that's not the charge. So.
Okay, Judge, we got confirmation that it was valid at the time of the stop and it is valid currently.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and dismiss that charge. Señor Castro, el ticket de no tener una licencia válida, vamos a despedir ese ticket.
Ok, gracias.
¿Está bien?
Muchas gracias.
Okay, bueno, ya se puede ir de la junta.
Gracias.
Ok, ande. Tenga buen día, señor.
Igualmente, gracias.
Adiós. Okay, Mr. Mead.
Yes, Your Honor.
Who were you visiting with?
Ms. Nunez, who just came back into the courtroom.
Okay, let me get back to that page. Okay, let's see, where is she?
Which one? I'm lost here.
Page 4, Your Honor, about the middle of the page.
Got it. Okay, what was the result of your discussions?
The result of our discussion is Ms. Nunez would like to plead not guilty and set her case for non-jury trial.
Okay. All right, Mrs. Nunez, can you hear me, ma'am?
She can hear you, but she can't talk.
Okay, can we unmute Mrs. Nunez?
Okay.
Ms. Nunez, can you hear me,
Your
ma'am?
Honor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. I couldn't hear you.
Yes, ma'am. After having your discussion with Mr. Mead, it's my understanding that y'all were not able to reach an agreement, so you went in under a plea of not guilty. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. And it's my understanding that you're requesting a non-jury trial?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Okay, Ms. Nunez, what's going to happen is that one of our clerks will be giving you a trial date on a non-jury docket. Clarissa, do we need for her to call in or do we call?
She doesn't need to call in as long as her address is the same as it is on her DL, the one we have.
Absolutely, yes, ma'am.
Okay, great.
Okay, very
We'll
good.
mail
Okay, Ms. Nunez, I'm going to go ahead and release you, ma'am. Thank you for appearing. And they'll be sending you a notice.
Your Honor, I had one question. As far as myself, I know that you all gave 2 numbers to call when we hang up. Do I or my son, Ian, have to call either one of those numbers, or are we both just free to go? I was just making sure because I'm not trying to get in any trouble.
You do not, ma'am. He is just needing a payment plan. So as long as his address is correct on his driver's license, we'll be mailing that to him as well.
Okay, perfect. So neither one of us need to call
No, ma'am.
into the line because we'll be received. Thank you very much, ma'am. I
Okay.
greatly appreciate it, and you have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you, Ms. Nunez. Okay, who do we have?
We need to send Martin Duran and Mr. Mead into the breakout room.
What number is he?
He is, I'm
Number
not sure.
12. Number 12 on page 2.
Okay,
Okay,
off you go, John.
thank you.
Okay. And then,
Okay, and then our next one is gonna have 3 violations, so we'd have to skip ahead to Daniel Lopez.
what page are you at?
I'm not, let me find him real quick.
That's the last page, isn't it?
Yes, he's at the bottom of the last page.
Yes, okay.
Handwritten.
Okay, now
He
I
has a
don't have any
violation
information on him.
of expired registration, $116. We needed clarification. We reset him for clarification, and I don't know if the clarification was to see if he needed to pay a late penalty fee or to see if he just needed to go ahead and get it registered, and if he had time to do that.
Okay, well, let's unmute him.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Lopez, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Lopez, you have a ticket for an expired registration, and I think we reset your case for you to possibly either go get a receipt or pay a late penalty fee.
Your Honor, it was because you're gonna, I believe, check on the law. When I had received a ticket, it was during the pandemic when the registration office was closed. So y'all were gonna try to see if we could dismiss it or see if there was a law against giving me a ticket during that time.
Okay, all right.
That's why it was reset.
That's right, okay. Clarissa,
So
I think,
the expiration date was a year ago, May. So I believe the reason he was cited is because it had been expired for quite some time, about a year when he received his ticket, almost a year. So he could be cited for it. He has to get it rectified to get it dismissed. And he does not have to pay the late penalty fee when he does get it taken care of. And you are able to do them online. And I believe it have been at the office right now. And they opened back up May 11th in order to get those things taken care of. We clarified that they were open as of May 11th to get it taken care of. You just do not have to pay a late penalty fee when you do that.
Well, I have already taken care of it. I got the registration sticker, but it was just that the judge was trying to find out if the law around that time when I had received the ticket. But when I had went the first time, I did have the receipt and everything of it being taken care of.
so you have validated the registration, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
After the ticket was issued.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and show compliance. What I'd like for you to do, Mr. Lopez, is if you can send a copy of that receipt or
I
whatever.
can give
your-
you a number to text it to, sir. Would that be easy enough?
Yes, I have the number. It's the 837 number.
It's 837-3704. If you can text it to that number, we can go ahead and get that taken care of.
Okay.
Does he would then need to pay the compliance dismissal fee, Judge?
Yes.
With us?
Mr. Lopez, we did check into the law. And of course, we cannot assess any type of a penalty because of the time frame in the pandemic, okay?
Okay.
However, there is a $20 dismissal fee. It's not a penalty, but it's a dismissal fee.
Okay.
So once you send us that receipt, you know, and I'm sure it's going to check out, then it'll just be a $20 dismissal fee.
Okay.
All righty.
Okay, if you can send that today, sir, we'll get that taken care of, and you'll have to call in after you send it to process the $20 fee over the phone, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
All
you.
right. We're going to excuse you, Mr. Lopez. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, Clarissa, so that was number 14, right?
Yes, sir.
Now we're going to.
I think do we have John back? No. Okay, I thought he was coming back in. So we have, Juan Gonzalez.
Right,
And where's he at?
he's on the phone.
Got it. He's on mute. Let me get him off of mute real quick. Okay.
Okay. Clarissa, what was the initial charge?
initial charge was failed to maintain insurance. He was given deferred back in December and had to show us proof by June 8th.
Okay,
And I believe he owes $234
okay.
as well. And
Yes.
the insurance.
Got it. Mr. Gonzalez, can you hear me, sir?
Yes,
Okay,
sir, Your
Mr.
Honor.
Gonzalez, you were placed on deferred, and you're here on a show cause hearing because there's two things that you have not complied with. One is not providing proof of insurance for the 6 months that you were placed on deferred. And two, you have not paid a balance of $234. What's the situation today, sir, with regard to complying?
As far as the insurance is concerned, I emailed from my insurance to the offices there, City of China Grove, the proof of insurance that I haven't had any lapses since I got my policy.
And when did you email that, sir?
I emailed that about 12:30.
Oh, today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then we'll have to call and verify it.
And what about the balance, Mr. Gonzalez?
The balance, I wasn't clear on that. I thought that when I went initially to drop off my papers for the defensive driving, I was told that was it, and I must have either this one I forgot the date, and two overlooked that there was still a balance due.
Well, this balance is for the insurance ticket, though,
Okay.
not a defensive driving class.
Right.
Okay. So are you in a position to pay that?
But I did. So the total balance, was because I know I have on my financial bank statement, I have that I paid over $200 in December to the court.
Now, was that for?
And then I paid for the defensive driving.
Okay,
Sir?
wait, now that's, we're talking two separate tickets here. Okay?
Okay.
Because the defensive driving would have been probably 144, which is the court cost.
And then he paid 66 for the insurance, deferred.
So just talking about strictly on the insurance ticket, of the $300, you paid $66. So you have a balance of $234.
Okay.
Okay, can you pay that?
So then
today?
no, sir, I need some time to come up with that.
Okay, how much time do you need?
So, sir, what was the total of all the charges? I'm sorry.
I'll have to
Wanna
look
give
at.
him that, Clarissa? Okay, you may want to write this down, Mr. Gonzalez. She's going to get that for you.
Okay. Yeah, because I have like I said, back in December I paid $2 something, and I know that was the initial date I went to court.
Okay, well, this is the thing here. On strictly the insurance ticket, that was a total of $300. Now you paid 66 of that. Okay, so that's $66 you paid there. And then you paid 144 for the defensive driving class. So take the 144 and the 66, that comes out to $210. Is that what you paid?
Yes, sir. 210. Yes, sir. That's correct.
So that money would take care of the defensive driving class. So you're done with that one. But of the $300 of the deferred on the insurance ticket, you only paid $66 towards the 300. That's how you come up with a balance of 230.
Okay, it looks like he paid 129 for driving safety. That was back before the other fees were added on. So he paid 129 and he paid 66 for the deferred.
Okay, so that's a total of 195 that he's paid. Right. Okay, but like I mentioned to you, sir, the defensive driving charges have been taken care of, so we don't have to worry about that. The only thing is the insurance ticket, of which $66 of that 195 went towards court cost, or I'm sorry, the deferred fee, and then you had to pay the balance within the 6-month period. Okay, can we? Yeah. Okay.
So then, just so that I understand correctly, Judge, if I may, so that I paid I paid a fine or a fee to be able to take defensive driving, and then I had fees and penalties for the no insurance. Those are two separates, correct?
That's two separate ones. Now, let me clarify
The
that.
other was for speeding, and this one's for the no insurance.
Okay, now the first one that you paid the $129, that went towards court costs on the speeding ticket. Okay, and that's been taken care of. Now, the $300 on the insurance ticket, you paid $66 towards that, and leaves a balance of $234. Okay,
Okay, got it.
now how much time do you need to pay the balancer?
I would need until the end of the month.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a 30-day extension, okay?
Okay.
To pay that. So why don't we do this? Why don't we reset it 30 days for a compliance hearing?
Okay, so will he need to come back in at that time, or can he provide proof and pay prior to then if he can?
Yes, Mr. Gonzalez, if you pay it before your next court date, which is the compliance hearing date, then you do not have to show up on your compliance hearing date. Now, if for some reason you don't pay it before that compliance hearing date, then you do have to appear on the compliance hearing date.
Yes, sir. So the day of the court date, do I just call and say that
Yeah, you can
as
just
long as I
call it
paid off-
in. We'll go ahead and verify your insurance. We'll print out your insurance from the email that you sent. We'll call and verify that there weren't any lapses in coverage. And then if you just call us, you can pay by phone, you can pay in person. Well, I don't know about in person. You can pay with the cashier's check or money order. You can mail it. You can drop it in our drop box out front. However you choose. Just make sure we're going to mail you the paperwork, and it's going to be for August 12th. So you just have to have it paid by August 12th. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, sir, I'm going to go ahead and excuse you.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Mead, let's see, were you visiting with Mr. Martin A. Dudan?
Yeah.
Okay. Were y'all able to reach any type of an agreement?
He's
Well,
coming
it's
back
kind of
right now.
Mr. Duran back, it's kind of an odd situation, Your Honor.
Okay.
Mr. Duran was driving a car that he had just purchased. And he said he's charged with failure to maintain insurance and expired registration. The ticket was on 4/17 of 2020. And I thought that was the period during which expired registration was not in force.
They were closed at that time. It
So
depends on when his expiration was, and it
Yeah,
expired
right.
prior to. It expired in February 17th of 2019,
Yeah, it expired a long time ago.
year before, yes.
But if he wasn't, but the date is the date of the ticket, not the date of the.
What I understand is you can be cited for it during the pandemic. You just cannot be cited if it expired during the time of the pandemic, like it
Okay.
expired in
But
they weren't
that's not my understanding, but that might very well be true. What is your understanding of that, Your Honor?
My understanding is that, I mean, you can be cited. All right, you can they can cite you for it, but if we're in the pandemic period when he actually got cited, then we cannot assess any penalties connected with that. Okay. So the question then is, in fact, let's unmute Mr. Dudan.
I think, he was. I wonder.
I hear.
Yes,
Right.
he is there. Oh,
Okay.
is that the wrong one? There's two Mr. Durans.
This is the right one. Yeah, Martin.
Now I think I muted him again.
No,
Okay.
no.
Ugh. I think
Yeah, you muted it now.
Okay.
No. Correct. Okay, there he is. Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay, so we're talking to Martin A. Dudan.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
Mr. Dudan, this is the situation. Your registration was expired back in 2019. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now you were cited for it. In other words, you were given the ticket in 2020. Okay. Now we cannot, because the tax assessor's office was closed at that time, we cannot assess any type of a penalty. Okay.
Sure.
But my question to you is that, have you had a chance to renew it?
No, ever since then, the car was impounded that day, and ever since then, it's been in the impound. Due to the pandemic, I haven't been able to work, and so it's like it's been tough. And I just bought the car about a month before that ticket, so I didn't even own the car in 2019. I had just bought it, and I'm still owing about $1,500 for it, on top of whatever it would cost to get it out of the impound. So it's nearly impossible for me to get it out right now.
Do they still have it? But normally they only
Yes.
hold it for 20 days.
Then I assume it's wherever they send them. I wasn't able to get it out. I still haven't been able to get it out to this day, and I haven't actually called recently to check because I just know it would be a waste of time to call and ask how much if I don't even have any money whatsoever.
Okay. Well, I mean, if that's a situation, we cannot, number one, we can't get a dismissal fee because it hasn't been renewed. We can't assess a penalty because it was closed when he got cited. Okay, so John, given that information, how does that factor into the other two cases?
All right, the insurance ticket. Now, Mr. Duran wants to pay the defective stop lamp. That's something he's not contesting. But the failed to maintain insurance, Mr. Duran and his wife owned the vehicle, the purchase of this vehicle that he was named insured on. And I believe that insurance policy will protect another driver out there on the road if he had a wreck in this car he just bought. Whether it's, he has had insurance on another vehicle, he and his wife both, which is now the only vehicle they've got. So.
Well, is he covered by some other insurance?
He's covered by insurance policy on the truck that is owned by he and his wife.
Okay. But then the question is, was this vehicle, the one that he got cited on, was that part of the insurance coverage?
It was not listed as a vehicle on the insurance.
Okay.
It was listed as an insured on the insurance.
Okay. All right. So therefore, there would be no coverage on that vehicle.
Okay.
Okay. So what do we, I mean, what was the resolution of the plea bargain agreement?
Well, we haven't gotten there yet, Your Honor, but I thought we'd come out here and explain the situation to the court and go back in and try to work it out.
Okay. Well, with regard to the insurance ticket, my understanding is that there was no coverage on that vehicle on the day that he was cited.
That's correct.
Okay. So therefore, we have to treat this as no coverage for that vehicle. Now, if he's applying for deferred and he has insurance now that'll cover him, well, he would be eligible for that.
Yeah, that's right. And he doesn't have but one vehicle now.
Right, but which he has coverage.
In fact, the vehicle was not that he was driving, the title hadn't been transferred yet.
Right.
So the vehicle belongs to somebody else and it's in the impound.
Oh, I see.
And I'm not even able to get it out myself because it's not under my name.
Well, do you know if the actual owner has taken the vehicle out or?
No, since it's now my responsibility ever since I drove it out of his house that day, the day that I bought it. It's kind of, he just left it with me. He said he'll take it out once I get the money, but I have no way of getting the money at the moment. Now you're saying this, that they only hold it for 20 days, so I'm not even sure if they even have it there anymore.
Is it a city of San Antonio impound? You know?
I'm not too sure.
It's
I just
all
know it's
tech-
all
it's all
text,
text
all tech.
towing. Yeah. And I don't know if they've auctioned it or not.
Yeah, normally an impound place, they normally have 20 days. Now, I don't know if this particular pound.
I think all text usually keeps them longer.
Do they? Okay.
Yes, I think so.
Okay. All right. So then well, the problem is this, Mr. Mead, is that he's basically saying that he bought the vehicle. Now,
Right.
it wasn't in his name. I guess, in fact, he was the owner since he was making payments. So.
Do you think the previous owners had insurance at that time? Would that suffice?
Not on that vehicle, I don't believe.
Okay. All right. So in terms of this case here, I think we need to treat it as an uninsured.
Okay, we'll all right, in that case, Your Honor, that I'll recommend probation on that one, 6 months, maintain insurance. and a fee of $300 and just pay a fine on the defective stop lamp, and I will, to make it easy, I'll TIC the expired registration.
Okay,
So you, Mr. Duran, you're going to be spending $300 for probation on the insurance ticket, which you're going to need if you're driving another vehicle. That's important to you, the probation. And on the defective stop lamp, that's non-moving, just pay the fine, and that is not going to hurt you.
Okay.
A recommendation. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
is that acceptable, Mr. Duran?
Yes, sir. Do you happen to know what the fine is for the stop lamp?
$19.
$219.
Okay, so for about a total of 519.
Well,
Okay.
what I'm gonna
Actually,
do, Mr. Mead, what I'm gonna do on that, I'm gonna knock it down to 150.
That would help so much.
Yeah. Is there any objection to that, Mr. Mead?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, so what we'll do is this. With regard to the defective stop lamp violation, to that, sir, how do you plead?
No contest?
Okay, we plead no contest. I'm gonna assess a fine of $150. And do you need time to pay, or can you pay that today?
I will need time to pay, sir.
Okay, so we'll put you on a time pay on that one. Now, on the failed to maintain insurance, we're gonna go ahead and do a deferred for 6 months, $300 special expense fee, of what you would have to pay at least the court cost of $81 today. Can you pay that?
I cannot. I have no money at the moment, sir.
Okay, let's do this. All right, let's do this. With regard to the expired registration, I'm gonna show a dismissal. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna reset the insurance ticket for 30 days. That'll give you a chance to come up with the $81.
Yes, sir.
Okay, when you pay the $81, then you'll be on probation. And make sure that you maintain your insurance for 6 months.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Clarissa, you got that?
I do.
Okay. So does he need to call back?
As long as his address is the same on the driver's license, then we're good to go.
Okay, so he's not in his head, so is that a yes?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, all right, Mr. Duran, do you have any questions?
No, sir, I do not.
Okay, Clarissa, I'm gonna go ahead and release him.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and release you, sir, and if you'll call one of those numbers, okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mead, as well.
Sure, you're welcome.
Okay, so then we're gonna send Robert Duran in a breakout room with Mr. Mead.
Here we go. Okay, looks like the next one then for you would be Wilfredo Rodriguez Ruiz.
Where is he?
I'm sorry, do I leave myself or do you guys like kick me out or
You
something?
can, yeah, you can just
Okay.
hang up or leave, okay?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Have a good day. I already forgot who we're looking for here.
That's for Wilfredo Rodriguez Ruiz on page 1. About midway, number 17.
Unmute him.
Okay, let's see,
There
Mr.
we
No, he's,
I think there's 2 of us unmuting.
there we go. Okay, Mr. Wilfredo Rodriguez Ruiz, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Ruiz, you were on deferred, you're here on a short hearing, and you were placed on deferred, and one of the conditions was that you maintain insurance for 6 months and present proof that you were covered. The second condition shows that you were supposed to pay a special expense fee, which you have done. So the only issue
Yes, sir.
now is whether you maintained insurance for those 6 months.
Yes.
Did you maintain the?
Yeah, well, I talked to the lady in front before I went to my court, and she told me that that my extension of my deadline, that she was gonna call to my company. So I guess
I guess I misunderstood, or I don't know, 'cause they were telling me that I needed to come, but she told me that she was gonna call my policy to make sure that I've been paying for the 6 months.
Well, we do call and verify, but we need to know who you have insurance with. We have no idea where your insurance is. You have to provide that to us.
Oh, okay.
Well, Mr. Wu, did you maintain insurance for the 6 months?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Okay. All right.
And
Okay, so let me interrupt you for a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and reset your case for 30 days. Okay. And what I need for you to do is call one of those 2 numbers so you can give them your insurance information, and then they'll call to confirm that you maintained it for the 6 months. And if it is in order, then the case will be dismissed.
Okay.
Okay. And of course, if there's no coverage, then they'll get back with me.
All right.
That's the coverage.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the address on your driver's license, is that still valid?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and release you, and you're going to call the court and give them your insurance information.
Okay.
Right. Okay, sir. I'm going to go ahead and.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Okay, Clarissa.
And then we have Tracy Hall. She is on page 2,
Tracy
about
Hall.
halfway down, 7072.
Okay.
And let me unmute her. Okay.
Okay, Miss Hall, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay, Miss Hall, you have a ticket here for speeding, and it's alleged you were doing 51 and a 35. To that charge, how do you plead?
No content.
No contest. And what did you want to do with the citation, ma'am?
I wanted to pay it, but like I'm on disability, but I do want to pay it. And I just need a little bit more time to be able to pay it.
Okay.
Get my check once a month.
Okay, well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and reduce your fine to $200. And then we're going to go ahead and put you on a time pay. And what that means is basically they're going to give you 30 days to pay the fine. If you pay it, you're done. But if not, they'll put you on a payment plan.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the address that is on your driver's license, is that a valid address?
No, sir, I gave them correct one. It's 5934 Autumn Lake.
Hold on, Ms. Hall. What we're going to do is I'm going to ask you to call the court so you can give them that address. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, yeah. And
Do you have our number?
Is that the number? They gave me 2 different numbers. Is that the number I called?
Either one of those.
Okay, yes, ma'am, I have it.
Okay, great.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and excuse you, ma'am. And if you'll call that number, they'll give you further instructions and get that address from you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye. Okay, Clarissa, so is there a 19?
We just have Mr. Gali is still waiting to go into the breakout room, and we do have Mr. Duran is in the breakout room. So we just have those 2 that need to finish up with John.
Okay, so 18 was the last number.
Yes.
Very good.
Is it okay if I hang up?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Hey, Clarissa, on Juan Gonzalez, number 15 on page 1. Okay, we did a contested compliance hearing. Okay, so he's taken care of. And make sure I got everybody marked off. Okay, he's Mr. Mead's talking to Mr. Duron, and then Mr. Galley is after that. All right, very good.
Yay.
Clarissa, I'll be right back.
Okay. Judge,
Yes.
Judy said that Larry Mays on page 4, down toward the bottom,
Okay,
did a compliance dismissal. He removed the window tint
okay,
and paid the $10 compliance dismissal fee.
okay, so we're gonna remove that no-show from him.
Maybe he was from this morning. Not sure. Does it say anything? Anyway, right? 5512. If I never had it, where'd you find that at? The only way I knew to put them on the docket was if they were in there. Is that chief? Or is it an actual polo or something? Okay.
Of course, that we can probably release Officer Rosales.
Did you hear that, Leroy?
What, is Mr. Gali, is he, does he speak English?
Oh, let's take him off.
Yeah, I'm good to go or what?
Let's
Hold
make
on.
sure. Mr. Gali,
Yes, ma'am.
you don't need an interpreter, do you? For any reason? Okay, you're free to go, Officer Rosales.
Okay, see y'all later.
Thank you. Okay. We're still waiting for you to visit with the prosecutor, Mr. Gali. Mr. Duran that's in there with John, looks like he provided proof that he had his registration taken care of.
Oh, he did?
I'm trying to, it's so hard to read these things because they're very dark, but
So is John aware of that?
I don't think so. He may have told him. It looks like.
There he is.
The date.
Okay, Mr. Mead.
Yes, sir.
you were in there with Mr. Robert
And close
Anthony Duran.
Duran, yes, sir.
Okay. Were you aware that his registration ticket had been taken care of?
No,
It looks like he paid for the registration. It's a dark copy, but like he was in court prior to this on June 10th, and we reset him probably for the driver's license and insurance violations.
you know what else was going on with this kid? He was paying the person he bought this car from an extra $40 a month for insurance and didn't get it.
No,
Uh,
terrible. Okay, it looks like he took care of the registration.
Okay, then I was gonna put him on he's got insurance. I was gonna put him on probation on the insurance. And I was gonna TIC the defect, was it?
It's a no driver's license, no insurance, and expired registration.
Yeah, I was gonna do the
No DL?
no DL.
Okay, so TIC, no DL.
Now all he needs to do is go on probation for the insurance. And he couldn't have, maybe he can afford to pay the court costs and go on probation for the insurance now. Can you, Mr. Duran, can you afford to pay
$81?
$81 today?
I can't today. I'm sorry. I get paid in 2 days. I can make an $80 deposit.
81.
$81 deposit.
Okay, and we also have the $20 compliance dismissal fee on the expired registration.
I'll pay that too as well if y'all give me 2 days.
I thought he said he paid that.
Well, no, he submitted the registration, proof of it. He hasn't done anything.
Okay, you got $20 more for the dismissal fee on the registration.
Yes.
So it's going to be a total of $101.
Yes, to pay, yes, and then he can pay the balance, whatever judge.
Yeah, but you're going to owe another 100 and
219.
no more than that. 100 and
No. Oh,
199.
no, you mean on the deferred? If he pays 81 on it, he'll owe 219.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you'll owe another 219. You're right. But that.
Okay, so then we're on the, okay, first of all, on the no driver's license, you're TIC now.
Correct.
On the insurance, you're recommending a $300 deferred, 6 months of insurance. And he pays the court cost of $81.
Correct.
And then he'll pay a $20 dismissal fee on the registration.
Yes.
Okay, so.
And then yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so then we need a due date. When can you pay the
$101, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We lost signal.
We lost signal.
Yes.
What was that?
He's asking when you're going to be able to pay the $101.
On Friday day.
Okay. I think we lost the judge.
Oh, he does. He looks frozen, doesn't he?
Yes, we lost signal of what he had said.
Judge, can you hear us? Uh-oh.
Am I going to the breakout room with Mr. Gal?
No, let's see. Oh, goodness. I'm gonna close the room. Wow, I don't know where everybody's going.
You sent Mr. Duran back in there too.
I thought oh,
He was there when I was there. Okay.
okay, there he is.
Yeah. He's back now.
Okay, well, we lost Judge, so maybe he had to freeze up and he's gone. He's not in here no more.
He said, he just sent me a text message saying, he sent all of us text messages saying he got disconnected.
Okay,
Maybe he'll come back. Maybe.
Miss Clarissa,
Yes, sir.
I can make a payment by Friday if
Okay,
the judge is cool with it.
okay,
So,
sounds good.
but I can't pay no $500 if anything.
No, you wouldn't have to pay that much anyway. Try to get back.
You're gonna still owe $219. But the judge will probably let you pay it over 6 months.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I just told the judge to try and dial back in.
And am I,
We've never lost the judge before.
am I going out there with Mr.
Yes, I can send you back in. Let me. Okay, try that, John. No judge yet. So Robert, whenever you do pay, you can just call it in to the number. Do you have that 837-3704 number?
I think I called it 837-37. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
you'll call that number and you can pay it with us.
Okay, on Friday, correct?
Yes, well, as soon as we get the judge back in here, I'm not real sure what's going on.
Oh, yes, he's got it. Okay.
He's got to be the one to say yes, so.
Right. The one-on-one. Miss Clarissa,
Yes, sir.
what is the 219 for? Just a rundown.
Okay, so to be on probation for the insurance so that it does not go on your record. Yeah, so to keep it off, it's called deferred. So instead of paying the $266 to pay your ticket and it go on your record for 3 years, you're going to pay $300 and it stays off of your record as long as you keep insurance for that whole 6-month period without dropping it. So what he's going to go ahead and do is just take the $81 when he agrees to let you pay it, and then you'll have the rest of the 6 months to pay off that $219 balance.
Okay.
And the other $20 is because when you get a ticket for expired registration, in order to dismiss it, we charge a $20 compliance dismissal fee, and that stays off your record, and the no driver's license stays off your record as well. So none of these will be on your record as long as you pay that $20 compliance dismissal fee and take care of the insurance ticket the way we're talking about doing it. Gosh, I don't know. Let me try to call the judge and see what's going on here. Oh, he says he's trying. You think it's your internet? I think it's the internet that kicked you out.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Very good. So for Robert Duran, do you need me to do anything else with him other than give him time to pay the $81 that he says he can pay in a couple of days? Do you want me to reset him for? Okay, great. So we'll do that, and then I'll go ahead and let him get dismissed here. Okay, Robert, what the judge has agreed to do is we're going to go ahead and reset you for the insurance violation. Can you pay the $20 today by any chance for the compliance dismissal or no?
No. Can you?
Can I pay it with a different debit card?
You can pay it with a credit or debit card over the phone. Y'all would just need to call that 3704 number today and we can get that one dismissed and taken care of today. And then what we'll do is we'll reset your other one, the insurance violation. We'll reset it for August 12th and you'll have up until then to call in and pay the $81. And if you do, you don't need to come into court anymore for that,
Oh, wow.
okay? You don't have to come to the August 12th court date. You just have to call us on or before that date to pay that, okay?
Pay that
Pay the
before that.
81, yeah, yeah, and then you'll have time to pay the rest of it.
81.
$219. Yeah, $81 by August 12th. So do you still have your same address as on your, well, you didn't have a driver's license. Are you still on Roosevelt Avenue?
I'm still on
Yeah.
Roosevelt.
1661?
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
Okay, very good. All right, that's all we need from you then. If y'all can call in today to that number and pay that $20, we'll get that dismissed today and keep those other two off your record for sure.
That's that
That is
3704.
the
number.
expired registration. If you call and pay the $20, that'll be dismissed today.
But that's to the 3704?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
Okay, very
Thank you,
good.
ma'am.
All
Thank you
right,
so much.
thank you. You can go ahead and leave the court now, okay?
Oh, okay. Thank you. Have a
you.
great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Any luck, Judge? John's still in he's still in the breakout room. Don't stress.
Here we go.
Okay, there you go. Okay, I admitted you and it's saying it's trying to join. Okay, there we go.
All right, I'm gonna hang up on the phone.
Okay, yeah, I guess we can do that.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so they're still in the breakout room.
Okay, that's the last one. I
That's
don't know
it.
what happened. I guess my internet must have.
Oh, I know, you froze up on us, so I guess
Yeah.
that's what it was, but we were getting, about halfway through, we started getting, losing network on ours, so I was scared we weren't gonna make it through either.
Oh, wow.
Guess it just does that sometimes.
Okay, so he's talking to Mr. Galley.
Yes, and then so I'm gonna reset, Robert Duran just on his insurance ticket. He's gonna call in and pay that $20 today to get the compliance dismissal on the registration. And then he has until August 12th to pay the $81.
Got him. Okay, now Mr. Gali has 4 tickets.
Yes.
Okay. Insurance, well, one of those failed to provide.
Yeah. And then possession.
Yeah, okay. All right, and we're back on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't think we ever, let me see. Unless it got kicked, oh no, we're on there, yeah. We're live and we're recording.
Right, okay, very good.
Okay.
Did you need some?
Me? No, I don't know what I did.
Oh, it said the host would like you to unmute.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'll mute you.
No, I'm done.
Don't mute you.
No, I don't know. Are we done?
No, we got one more.
Oh,
We're waiting on
Okay.
John. He's
then
visiting.
I'll mute myself.
Okay. You have a good 4th, Judge?
Yes, well, nice, just Jackie and I here at the house.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's my
Yeah.
favorite. That's what I did too.
Yeah, we had a little grilled a little meat and,
Oh, that's perfect. Nice and quiet.
oh, yes.
You, Jackie, and Max.
Oh, yes. You know, that's the first time that that's happened to me on the getting frozen and getting kicked off the internet.
It happens to me at home all the time.
Really?
I don't know why, but yeah, we even have fiber optic there and it still kicks me off all the time. That's why I was not even try to do it from my home.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave now, okay? I'll just do the leave button
Okay.
here.
Okay,
Bye,
Susan.
Judge.
All
See you
right.
later. Bye.
Hello, Gary, for me.
Okay. Say
Bye-bye.
hi to Jackie.
I will.
Then there were two.
Then there were two. When's our next docket, Clarissa?
July 22nd. It's a big one.
And that's a Zoom. Okay, that we have Mr. Mead back. Okay, what about Mr. Gali? Where is he at?
He's on the way.
There we go.
He's on the way.
Mr. Gali, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, Mr. Mead, were you able to reach any type of an agreement?
We reached an agreement, but nothing he can do today, Your Honor. He's gonna be a while. I think we're gonna have probation on 3 of the tickets. The total special expense fee is gonna be $1,083.
Wow.
Yeah, because there's a paraphernalia, there's an open container, and there's insurance.
Right.
So he can, so he wants to reset the case to come back and go on the probation and pay the court costs. And I'm gonna give him 120 probation on each of the first 2, with, if the court approves that, 120 days probation on each of, on the container and the paraphernalia, 6 months on the insurance with, of course, the usual condition. So he wants to come back and get on his probations and pay the court costs and pay the other off over the period of his probation.
Okay, did Mr. Mead, did
Do
you?
that. He wants to, want to do is reset it until the 26th. He knows what he needs to do when he comes back.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and grant the reset to August the 26th. Mr. Mead, can you write up the plea bargain agreement so we can have it in the file? That way when we come back.
Sure. Now, I need to tell something I need to point out is I've been looking through this stack of prosecutor recommendations.
You don't see his?
Any of these people on this afternoon docket, not a single one.
That's weird. Well, why don't you tell me and I'll put it on his jacket.
Okay. On the paraphernalia, 120 days probation, $366.
366, 120. Okay.
Open container, 120 days probation, $417.
17. How many? 120 days?
120 days on all of them.
Oh, okay.
Insurance, 6 months probation, $300 condition. He maintain insurance.
180 days.
Mhm.
And your TIC in the provide evidence.
Failure to provide evidence, yes, Your Honor.
Also dismissal.
Okay, I wrote it on all his jackets and then we'll reset for August 26th.
Mr. Gali, do you have any questions, sir?
Yes, I had insurance at that time. That actually caught me by surprise because I didn't even expect that. I had insurance with me. I always keep it in my glove department too. I don't know why he didn't. I showed him too. I gave my lifetime insurance and like they just caught me by surprise. I didn't know that. Like I don't know what to say or nothing.
Well, you want to send that to us and we can verify it before your next court date, maybe?
Yes. By the way, I have two. I was arrested 2 times, and this was actually the first time I got arrested. I thought that they scheduled this back to October because I came to court in person, and they told me they come back in October because of the coronavirus, and they told me to come back to October. I didn't know this was for this one.
Was that in China Grove or was that downtown?
China Grove.
Oh, really?
Well, let me go look. I'll go look it up and see if we have another one.
Yeah, both times were in China Grove.
Okay. I didn't think we reset anything till October, from what Is that a trial setting or what?
Four other violations, and his court date's the next one, July 22nd. Do you want me to just reset him for all of them on August 26th and have him take care of all of them at the same time?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean,
Rather than come in
he's
and,
gonna need the time anyway.
yeah, okay. And we'll do that. I'll reset both cases,
What can I do about
both
my
tickets.
insurance?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry,
What
Mr.
can I
Valley,
do
go ahead.
about that? Because you guys are saying that I didn't show insurance, right? Or I didn't
Yeah,
have insurance.
if you want to send it to us, we can call and try to verify it before your next court date.
The thing is, I had two insurances with the same car. I recently actually no, I should that same one. I have the policy number that I wanted.
Well, what you need to do is just take a picture of whatever you have and you can text it to us and or you can email it to us. Send us a copy of your policy.
Can I have the number, please?
The number is 210-837-3704. And you can text it to that number. Okay?
Right. Take a picture of the insurance paper.
Yeah, your policy. Mhm. And that way we can call and verify if you were insured at the time of the stop.
Mr. Gali, just your insurance card showing the coverage.
Oh, I don't have an insurance card. I just have the papers.
Okay, well, whatever you have that shows the company and their phone number and your policy number.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I ask a question? What are the other cases that are being reset that were set for July 22nd?
I'm going to pull those out real quick. I'm sorry. I just looked at that. Okay, the ones that are for the following court date are ran red light, possession, failed to display driver's license. Yes, 3.
Okay, that driver's license one, yeah, I actually left it at home. I forgot to take it with me.
Possession of what?
Drug paraphernalia.
Okay, same thing that we got here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but we're rescheduling everything for August 26th, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Gali, did you hear that? We're going to reset all your cases to August 26th.
But
So
go ahead
right
and
now,
fax.
do I have to worry about anything?
Just send us your insurance so we can verify that at least for this one. and have that done so we don't have to do it the day of court.
Okay, did you hear that, Mr. Gali?
Yes, sir. I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
Okay. In the meantime, though, I guess we can go ahead and,
Yeah, it's not letting me send it right now. I don't know
that's
why.
okay. As long as we get it before August 26th, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Anything else? You have any other questions, Mr. Gali?
No, sir. That'll be it. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and release you. Thank you for appearing, sir.
Sir.
Okay. Am I gonna get like an email? So
Yes, sir. Let me ask you though, did I already, I need to know that you're at the same location as you were at the time of the stop, that you're still at the same apartment.
yes, I am.
Number 301?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's where we'll send your reset notice, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, you can log off, Mr. Gali.
All right.
Okay. Clarissa, we can get off of YouTube. I'm gonna be in adjournment.